who's more to blame, or who should take more responsibility, or who should take responsibility, the absentee father or the mother who made bad choices?
Well,
damn, that's a tough question.
It is a tough
man,
question.
I'm gonna say the father.
The man.
See,
The mother effing man.
You got an option to change that, even if it ain't the situation. It ain't working out.
But that's under.
I'm triggered. Continue. It's all.
That's under the assumption that the person who made the child is a man, because that's a biological thing. You don't need to be a man.
You're a male can be a male can make a kid.
You understand?
No problem.
So this expectation,
there are people that
doesn't come with any
that have
action.
mental disabilities that can knock up a chick, but that doesn't mean that they can actually
Be a
raise
man.
be a man and to raise the
To
child.
be a child, yeah.
You know,
You can't rely on that, is what I'm saying.
so
That is true.
So
And
they could be 42 with a beard and a job, but that don't mean they're men, that they're ready to take care of a kid. So
that is true.
So so you say that it should be on the man.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to expound on it? Which one do you guys want
Like
to
I
expound
said,
first?
we have the option and the chance to make it right, even if we go through our male stages of being irresponsible and stuff like that. And not to say that the woman has to let the person back in their life once. It depends on the time. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, timing is
But
everything.
If the individual is giving effort, because a lot of us, like me, I ain't the best father, but I give a dying effort. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't blame it, but I know I have it. I never had my father in my life, so the things that I went through that I want my child to go through, I try to be there as much as I could. You know what I'm saying? But I know mentally sometimes it's, I be on the fly. You feel what I'm saying?
moving
and
the
it's not
chicken.
right. It's not right.
I gotta interject right there. Because of what you just said, and this is a little paradoxical, because of what you just said, it would have to rely on the, how should I say? It would have to rely on the effort of other men who aren't the father to change that as well. Because if the guy who's the father and isn't taking care of his responsibilities is out of the picture, right? That kid grows up and becomes a problem for society, right?
Right.
It would call for other men to kind of like really rally that and try to keep that from
Quell the storm before it really blows up.
you know what I mean? And what we're saying is that's real difficult for some dude to step in, but that's what it would.
You ain't my daddy, or all of a sudden the kid's in a gang and
even
shit's
if we-
different now. Now you
like, what do you?
wildin'.
Because who's gonna do it?
Even as men, though, we don't do what women do. Like women, like you said, they'll come together. I don't know about the smashing, but they'll come together as single mothers and support each other.
Yeah,
but
We don't pull each other coats.
Exactly.
We don't.
But that is
You know,
a
but that's
part of
That's
the problem.
responsibility. Yeah, that's the part
And
of the problem.
this is why I'm saying that it's on us.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Like, I'm
That I
glad you
understand.
bring that in, because it's on us. Because, listen, I don't give a about, I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm old school as a okay? I'm old school as a the way I
do be
think,
old school. Just do be old school. Continue.
the way I think down to everything. Because in my head, I'm thinking a child means now that I am stuck with this woman for life.
Before you expound, so you were raised. No. He's answering, but I just wanted to point out, you were raised with your mother and your father, so you kind of had an idea. You saw it. It may not have always been perfect, but you understood it's a team. It's a team effort, good or
Correct.
bad. It's a
team effort.
WWF tag team, and it's us against these kids. We gonna figure it out.
Right.
We here.
Correct.
So continue. So I just want you to, and I wanted to bring that up because that really, like, seeing it
helped.
Right.
Because a lot of men, and I'm glad you brought that up, because a lot of men don't know how to.
There it is.
They don't
That
know
comes from my
how
first
to.
question.
They just really don't know how to. And instead of admitting that and saying, yo, I'm gonna do the hard work, and because remember, raising a child, now you gotta start looking within yourself. What are my flaws? What am I this? It's like a mirror pointed at yourself. Not a lot of men want that or could deal with it. Or
I'm handsome, but I don't like looking
because
at myself that much. That's a lot.
we don't deal, and if it's something that I learned about men over the years, we do not deal with stress the same way women do.
Right now.
Hence why we die faster.
Yeah, I mean,
You see what I'm saying? We die faster
thanks
than
for
women
pointing out
because
that
we
my
don't-
expiration date is coming up. Thanks.
we don't release.
internalize, yeah.
We internalize
Oh, yeah,
everything.
we
we don't
definitely
talk about much. We
Right.
take everything in. We don't have no outlets. We don't really feel like people give a about us.
Right.
And it's like them kids. Like it's easier to say all of that when it's like when you in a place where you don't even feel heard or you don't feel valued or you don't feel. So what the
And that touches on what Ant said about, being pushed to the back burner.
Right.
what do you got to
Like-
give?
Right.
What do you got to give?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm old school than a so if I'm gonna be stuck with you
Why
with a child,
Right.
I need to first know that I could be stuck with you as a wife. I'm not having no child with no woman. I cannot marry first. You understand what I'm saying? And I believe in not having children out of wedlock because it's a bad choice.
It's what you've
It's
seen.
just a
It's what you
bad
understand.
choice. Because think about it this way, right? You have
Burden on the whole community.
is a burden on your future because you have a failed relationship that didn't work that a child came out of, right?
Right.
And then you finally found this beautiful woman that you care for and you love and everything like that, and you marry her. Now the ex feels some type of way.
Yeah, scoring.
Well, woman scorn, man.
You understand what I'm saying? And now she wanna come in. You want to get married and have your son as your ring. Nah, he ain't going nowhere. She fighting you because she don't want the son to go with you to
Weaponizing the
Hawaii.
child.
She
That's-
weaponizing the child, and now it's making your life just. And then God forbid you have new children now. Now she telling that child, yo, you see your father don't love you. Your father over there making babies with that. It's a burden.
Yeah.
And it sounds, and now what you're saying sounds so like wow and crazy, but it's something that I'm
It's
pretty
some
sure
women
each
do.
one of us have heard, seen, or experienced within ourselves, like in our direct vicinity. So hold on, Jay, you said, what did you say? Was it on men or on women? The fathers to step up and not be back in life or be.
That's why I said it depends, because you said, what is it on the fathers? But because of how bad the situation is, it's just on men in general to kind of, what did you say, rally
Rally the troops
Corral
and quell the storm
fully
before it gets
coattail
crazy.
But if
and-
we don't feel like we have the authority to do so,
Correct.
then it won't happen.
So I'm gonna.
You know? Like we don't
need
even
healing.
feel we don't even feel like we have the authority
We don't even feel
or
like
the
we have voice.
ability
Yeah.
to protect our own communities.
No, we
right?
definitely don't.
So
Before even all that, voice.
voice,
Voice
and,
of the voiceless.
and having the tools to do what we're called to do. And so how do you even move into that space?
So I guess I'm gonna be the head. I'm gonna put it on the women. All right. The reason I say that is because, all right, I was told today that I always rally, no matter what. I could go up, down, left, and right. I'm still gonna come back and blame the woman. That's not the point. I'm not really trying to blame, but I do believe accountability is something that is shirked so much by these women that are having these kids and being single mothers. The same way Keem says, yo, he's not going to be with somebody that he can't see as his wife. There are a lot of women having kids for that have 3 kids they ain't already taken care of, giving them a 4th. The is a Deezer, aka SoundCloud rapper at 73. Like the is old. He's doing that he shouldn't be doing. Yes, the keeps getting older as he's rapping. I just need you to understand.
Every time
He was 42 last time I said it. He's 73 now. His album is going to be dropping with some.
On his 500
Yeah,
mixtape.
he's going to have the original Otis on there, and he's going to hand out a thing. He's going to hand out a CD with Preparation H. So it's like the women need to take accountability. I was speaking earlier today with a young lady, my girl, and I was telling her, this doesn't make sense. Like we both have to be equally accountable. And then she was like, well, when does the accountability stop? Or when do you guys feel like you guys need to take more accountability? We're like, we are taking accountability all the way up until you guys make the choice to have this kid. If it's both of you guys and you don't have a pot to or a window to throw it out of, why are you having a child? Why? And I'm not saying you can't be in love. I'm not saying that you can't want to be with this person, but you sleep on on the floor, or on a mattress on the floor, and you sleep on your cousin's couch. This don't look like what you need to have.
Right now.
This is not it. But yeah, what were you gonna say?
No, see, I get that point, but that's not all the cases.
That's not.
why I
No,
said
that's
it
not all
can't
the
be-
cases. It's definitely not all the cases.
'cause
But
you
a
have
lot
blame,
of
you have blame and then you have responsibility, right?
Right.
okay, blame. Okay,
So I think that's what you're
blame
saying.
and responsibility. I mean, blame is just the ugly name of responsibility.
No, it's like who
it's
done
his
it.
hood name.
It's who done it
And who
who
doing it?
can, and who's supposed to do it.
Who's supposed to do it?
Right?
All right. So they're,
like
they're
women-
both supposed to be doing it. No, there should be no such thing as a single mother. If you're not having kids with the thought process of having both of you guys there are women that I've heard say, "Oh, he just gave me my son." I'm like, he gave you a
heard
son.
that too.
What? What are you doing? Now you gonna raise this bad baby kid because you got to work 3 jobs and like you're putting yourself and you're giving yourself
My
added
son's a
struggle.
good child. No, he ain't.
No, you be like, my son's so smart.
Lil Ray Ray bad as
How old are you? Chicken
dumb.
nugget. You be like, man, if you don't get out my face, you be mad. You be like,
big.
chicken nugget. Chicken nugget. You be like, I asked you how old you were. What are you talking
Not
about?
even chicken.
Chicken nugget. Exactly. So what comes to mind is we both need to take responsibility. And as we were speaking about there are 33 different methods of contraception before, during, and after. If you know you don't want a kid and the guy wants to you, yeah, they have the power. And no man is gonna, any man that says, yo, I'm still gonna knock it down raw dog after the woman has told him, yo, I don't without a condom, we're not doing it unless there's a condom. Women, take that responsibility. Any man that even says, nah, I'm not using no condom, don't him. Don't him. Plain and simple. Go get one of them Rose vibrator joints and have a good night. Be blessed.
Make sure you wash
taking
it
the
after.
human experience out of that though. You gotta understand something, bro. We all
Yeah, I understand you need that, but you
women
need
get lonely.
Yeah, but then put on the condom if you know you can't handle no kid.
When you start to factor in their the way they view themselves, because believe it or not, I swear,
A condom gonna stop that?
I think a lot of women be thinking he could be the one. He could be the one.
Well,
there's a-
That's based off their expectations.
there's a running joke that we
That's
have.
a myth, though.
The running joke
Expectation is a myth. It doesn't exist.
The running
But
joke.
expectation drives
guys,
a lot of
guys,
shit that we do.
Guys, the running joke is this: any girl, their last 4 boyfriends are pretty much the same. He's just a little bit taller, shorter, fatter, darker, different
Yeah, they
hair.
tried it in
They're
different
pretty much the
renditions.
same guy. We are pretty much carbon copies. We're avatars. We're just putting
For the
different
first
shit
one,
on there.
for the first.
Yeah, for the first dude, or like pretty much we're pretty much the same package. We like sports. We like food. We like. Pretty much, that's it. And we have the same complaints. You don't talk to me, or you're not present.
I am a
Same guy.
complete different. Like,
Well, you definitely
like,
are. You were dropped. God made you and said, drop. He left you in the oven. You dropped, and you're like,
I'm a complete because my thing is
you're very in tune.
I spent
and you with
so
your mama.
long.
Your mama helped you with that.
That's true, but I spent so long being someone else that when I started to home in, like, oh, I like going to the opera. I like doing fancy. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I like dressing up in a tux. My wife dressing up in a ballroom gown, and doing that black people don't normally do.
This went to an apothecary. Hey man, if you don't sit your
You understand what I'm saying?
haberdasheries down.
I think
That doesn't mean my deal.
I think when you talked about how men we could be selfish
Yeah.
about getting that raw dog nut,
Yeah.
women have that same energy about having that kid.
Okay, so you
Because we're underplaying the desire. No, the desire of women has
that animalistic. I want it.
to have a
Yeah.
child. It sometimes I think for a lot of women it supersedes all this
Yo,
other
at 30, it goes out the window.
out the window.
I've literally
Because
heard a woman
it's
say at 30, the next dude, I'm just
like
we
they're
gonna
just
have a
gonna
kid.
like I need a
Because
child
maybe
and I'll
that's
figure this
that's
out.
their standard of woman.
No,
I mean,
because
they're
they're
a woman.
maternal
No, the
clock.
maternal clock.
Right.
Like,
That's
maternal
what
clock
I'm
is
saying.
ticking.
It's like
Outside
that's
of
the standard. Like
right.
You can't have
outside
no
of-
kid. A
outside
woman
of anything
having
societal.
a kid after 34, 35
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
high risk.
high risk. Yeah.
High risk.
High risk.
Right.
So they rather say, yo, look, like, I'm
Yeah,
gonna have this.
But then you put the pressure on yourself because now I'm a strong black single woman. I'm a single mother. But yo, single mothers ain't built the same. Like back in the day, single mothers was single mothers. Like
You knew a single mother.
you knew you saw the struggle. She was working 3 jobs. You knew
And
what
even if she wasn't, I mean,
that
she saw that.
it was a lot on the plate.
It
Now
wasn't glorified.
it definitely
That's
wasn't
why.
glorified.
Nah, it wasn't.
That was the situation. They dealt with the situation.
Now there's
Now
women
they're over here
having baby showers by themselves, talking about I got this, or my favorite, Happy Father's Day.
Oh.
when they tell themselves Happy
Because
Father's
they already
be like, oh, you
expect-
wild.
Said, this is
They're
all
already
by design.
they're already expecting a man. But you see, this is all coming from a place of already expecting a man to not be there, to not be, to ain't.
They ain't
Like this is what you're missing in this whole thing. They're already expecting.
It's like a hardwiring system growing up.
Yeah, I know someone that says ain't like, you know, it'll make her teeth whiter. Like,
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
she says it like
they're
it's going
already
out of style.
an
It's
expectation of
hardwired.
them. Like,
they heard
yo,
it growing up. And they were groomed into certain like situations.
Now
and
imagine
positions and stuff.
when they have the
up to us to
baby,
change
like
that.
a lot of exactly. Like what you mean? You are yo. Let me tell you something.
Well, if you raise your child a certain way, but you can't change these women. That,
What?
No, not them. I'm talking about the perception of us.
Correct, because if Shorty says I'm pregnant, like that's really like I feel like that's a trap question that they hit you with. Like they want to see what you gonna say.
Right.
Like I'm pregnant. So
Who plays games like that? That is not a game to be played.
But
with.
no, but we all see it's on social media. So what you gonna do? Keeping it? You like that's always the first.
You always say, "What is we gonna do?"
A perfect example of where we come in, right, is like myself. My rule for if I'm having unprotected sex with a woman, I've already vetted her as a possible, right? Meaning, if it go left, it ain't really left. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like I don't know her. It's not like we haven't, gotten tested and I don't know what type of person she is.
exchange information. So
know
you gotta Dexter vet these women, man. You can't just
So it's not. It's
when
like,
you have to know.
So for me-
you have to know how they move, how they think.
Yeah,
Because
you gotta
you're
know
gonna if you're gonna be
everything.
with somebody like that,
I guess I'm
gotta-
just the come. Go ahead.
No.
you vetted you've been with her forever.
It's rare, okay? It's rare, but I'm talking about like girlfriends, not I don't have a wife, right?
Yeah,
No, I
so
understand.
girlfriend.
But if my girl, it's.
Yeah, you wild. Yeah, you wild.
Wild.
Yeah, if it's your girl, yeah, you
But
go.
I take
Gotta have
all
a
the
mean pull-out game.
but right.
not mean enough. It's not mean. My kid's cute.
But I take all the precautions. It's a calculated risk for me, and I'm sitting here today with none of those mistakes because I put that sort of thought into it.
Right.
The
We get that-
pre-production.
Right.
You know
To
what I'm
make
saying?
sure.
And there's an absence of that.
Oh yeah, there's a
both
whole lot of
sides.
that. People are literally just freestyling this
but
whole
that's
having a kid
basically
thing.
what I was about to get to. I'm like, yo, because that's crazy. Because that's completely opposite to how, like, when I was in the game, how I was thinking. I was racking them up and knocking them down.
Because
it was a
your number,
sport.
yeah, your number was it was something like, yo, I knocked down 3. It'd be like, bruh,
Yo, sometimes I was in competition with myself. I want to see how many I can knock down in a day without even taking a shower. Nasty. Like
you
you
barbaric.
gotta
this nigga
understand.
was
what?
this nigga was the reason for a UTI
about to say,
infection
yo, I
somewhere.
remember
He
that.
said we found a new land.
Listen,
We must pillage it.
listen. I'm saying
wildin'.
is that
Viking,
I
no
was
shower.
hanging out with, and these are the that was thinking like me was that was pulling the.
Yeah,
You understand what I'm saying?
And I know exactly what you're talking about. I know
They were
exactly what you're
pulling the women every direction. You know why? Because they looked the part. They got the thuggish. You know what I mean?
Right,
Out meaner. They that don't give a about your feelings.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So they playing the game a little different, but they giving them enough to make them feel like,
They're part of.
you know what I
So
mean?
what you're saying is you're
it's
lucky.
mental manipulation.
What he's really saying is he's lucky.
I'm lucky as a like. Nah, I
you-
always admit that I'm lucky, but
Yeah.
That's
like
cutting it
I
close,
said in the beginning, it's all a game. Like it's literally like it's all a game that men and women. Now women are starting to play the game,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they dirty as they dirty as they don't give a about a feelings.
The playing field got even when that phone came into play.
Yeah, once the phone and the filters and the ability to just put up a nice booty pic and
Not even that.
47.
Swipe.
I'm
Oh,
over
the
here,
swipe.
and it's just like,
Because nowadays it's getting curved left to right. Like,
yeah.
like
No,
they-
that's fine. Curve me, please.
Hold on, some women
Leave me
need to
alone.
curve you because it's like
Curve
I was
Cobain.
gonna you curved me
Curve
first.
Cobain.
Curve Cobain. You curved me before I curved you. You win this round.
Oh, you
know?
wait. So you don't want to see me anymore?
Yeah, shorty be like,
Amazing.
yeah.
But I hate
the
this
audacity.
narrative of this new narrative. Men can't take rejection. So can't women.
Oh no,
Oh, no,
women
women can't
definitely
take
can't.
rejection.
They're not built for that.
But the narrative
built
is
for
all like, oh,
But like, hold on, think about it like this: a 5 foot woman by 5'1". She's 5'1" by 5'1". She built like a bowling ball. Thinks she thinks that she should have Michael B. Jordan. Like, listen here, ma. If
Keyword
I
should.
yeah,
Well-
that like, oh, you know, I got a good job, I do this, and you
I'll
know,
take it a step
I'm
further.
happy with who I am and my body positivity. That's cool. But Michael B. Jordan could be like, hey, I love your style, I love what you do, I love what you're wearing. I'm out. You're good.
I'll take it a step further. As a married man, I'm very outspoken. I speak to people very
No,
openly.
you get out of here.
And even sometimes women, and they take that as like I've had women come into my life that were cool, but they somehow felt like because they looked a certain way that I should prioritize them
Yes.
above my wife.
Hold on. So they thought they were fine enough?
That they were fine enough
Who told
to
them that?
call me at 8, 9 o'clock in the night when
who
I'm
told them that? Who told
laying
them that
up
was
with my
cool?
wife, or
You know
do
what I
these
got?
things.
You know what I got from that? You go to sleep early, 8 o'clock. Good God. Jesus.
Well, you're not
married,
asleep,
man.
You're not asleep.
You don't have 4 kids.
Women,
Oh.
women
This thing-
lay down at about 7 o'clock.
Do y'all
Don't
take
go
a
to sleep.
Right. You're not
Don't lay
asleep.
down. Law and Order gonna be on. They ain't watching it.
watching Matlock?
Yeah, what type of
Love
dumb
me
shit
some
you
Law
wanna
and Order.
watch?
Let's not go there.
And don't change your channel either. Don't
Let's
change
not go there.
Oh my God.
But I done forgot my point.
Good. Yeah. Old moment. It has come for you now. It has come for you, man. There was an episode I forgot something. He said, "Cause you old." Looks like we're all aging here.
Get
brothers.
back to it though. But yeah, we'll get back to
But
it.
with that, you know, I think that's just God saying, "Let's go ahead and wrap this up."
Uh-huh.
So, I believe that women need to take a little bit more accountability. And Keem believe that men need to take more. The fathers that the absentee fathers need to go through hell and high water to step back in. And Jay is like, we as men, the fathers and the men in the community around need to do whatever they can to be there for these children. So that's where we're gonna go with that one.
And then the women can also, you know,
That was me. You should point to me. I was the one that came
I
up
won't
with the
point to the camera.
Well-
I know what you guys are thinking.
Yeah. I just don't want to give me the glory.
The
in
women
the-
can lessen the the reins a little bit.
No,
Be
and
more
that's
welcoming.
that's what accountability is. Taking accountability for good you've done and what bad. Sometimes
Being more discerning. Like
Yeah.
you were talking about how some women just have absolutely no sort of radar, nothing.
No.
They're not paying attention.
they sheep in the wolves' den just frolicking around, not
They're the ones having
realizing.
the
Those are
kids.
usually the smart ones with good jobs.
No, they don't got the common sense. They got the book.
Smart and wisdom, two different things.
But I was just telling my son that. I said, son, if she's smart and she make good money, she probably don't know about men.
Right.
yeah, she.
You understand what I'm saying? And then I said, son, if she look real good and she got a lot of men following her, she probably broke his. And he said, what if she has a good heart, she look good on the outside,
Well, you raised a good one. Good heart.
and she has money? I said, she's called a unicorn, son. You take that.
You take that.
You take that, and you never let it go.
You
son.
never let it go.
You never let it go, son.
Do not
That is the
smudge
one,
it. Do
son.
not smudge
son,
it.
that is the one.
Yes.
You never let it go. You hold on real
keep her
tight. You
pure.
give her like 5 kids.
Keep her
Hey,
pure.
guess what? That is where you're gonna end this one.